Hey everyone, and welcome back to the famous Cinci podcast. So, we're back with Synactive and Strikewind, and this time we have two special guests with us, Skyjax and Cinci. Hello, Cinci.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice to have Cinci here today.
I know. I'm glad I could finally make it.
Dude, I'm so lucky to be on the
famous
podcast
like
with Cinci.
Cinci.
Yeah, like I know I haven't been on very often, but I'm so glad that I finally get to be
Cinci,
on the third episode.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, I'm Cinci. I am known mostly for
Cinci,
verifying
that was a-
catastrophe, and some
that was
people
a-
know
that
me
was a
for
joke.
GD mod.
That was a joke. You're famous.
Yeah, you don't need to introduce yourself. You're way too famous.
Everyone already knows about cat
Yeah.
catastrophe.
Okay,
Come on.
Cinci, I do.
Everyone knows about that. Everyone knows about your gold temple straight fly. Everyone knows about.
Cinci, I do have a proposition.
I am
for
known
you.
for the RR experience.
Everyone knows about our experience as part of the deeper lore. You know.
Yeah. What's up,
Cinci,
Google?
I have a proposition for you.
Yeah.
Join my server, and I will give you member plus.
I could also just not do it. It would be way better.
Well, you don't want to get member plus on my server?
Are
It
you
will
sure?
be a-
I'll give you famous plus roll.
Yeah.
Famous plus.
I don't know if you're helping your case here.
Famous plus plus.
Special role, just call it
Oh
Cinci.
my gosh! I wasn't gonna join before, but now that you said plus plus, really?
You know me, the more attention you give me, the more I really want to join that server.
You can get
Oh,
perks
yeah.
like being at the top of the roll list,
It's called
Having-
the famous
having-
podcast. It's the
choosing
only way
your
we can
own
get to it.
roll color. You can choose whatever color you want for your roll.
Oh, wow.
You can choose your own nickname.
No, that's for famous plus plus plus.
Oh. It's like, that's too far.
If I join, can I change my name in the server to, like, slander you?
If you were famous plus plus plus, then sure, but you're not.
You're not famous.
Well, then why would I join? Why would I join then? It's stupid.
I
But he
don't know.
reserves the
It's
right
like-
to change
Why
your
would
name
I
back
join a
if,
Google
you
server
slander
and
it.
not make fun of him there? That makes no sense.
It's like getting a skilled role in a Kugel Blitz server. It's like nobody on Earth can get it yet, but it's theoretically possible to.
Okay.
I just realized nobody's gonna get that joke. The joke is that Kugel
The
Blitz
joke
thinks
is that nobody cares about your jokes and active. Okay.
arguably knows that.
Anyway,
All right,
Skyjax,
anyway, we have to talk about Skyjax, though. That's the main
Yeah.
point of
Oh, we
this.
do?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
an
okay.
interrogation?
The
It's
opening,
almost
the
like a
opening
Skyjax.
question, which we have asked every guest so far
Uh-huh.
at the start, except not last time because we forgot
Will
to, so we did it
Kugel
at
Blitz
the end.
beat Death
But,
Corridor?
yeah, will Kugelblitz beat Death Corridor?
As a former verifier of Death Corridor, I must say. Oh.
No?
Wait,
Yes! 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 Skyjax! Yes!
I'm kidding.
No,
of
no,
course
no,
I
no, no,
will.
no, 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 no,
Yes!
don't back out, don't back out!
Yes!
I was
Middleman!
joking, okay? I was
You
joking.
fuck!
Best
So
Death Corridor
far,
verifier
you
says
you're
no.
Tyrion and-
Skyjax, in your mind, without being nice, I know it's really hard, in your mind, do you think Kugelblitz can actually do it?
Yes.
No,
It's been
don't say
4
can.
years.
Do you think he will? Do you think he will do it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he can do it.
Do you think
Although
he
whether
will?
he will or not, I don't know. I can't read the future. I'm just going to say yes.
Okay. So far, 2 out of the 3 guests we've had think I will do it.
No, I'm a
Wow.
guest. It's
Pretty
two.
God.
It's 2 out of 4. I'm a guest, Google.
He is a special guest. That's true.
But he's very special guest, so maybe he counts as 2 people.
He gets
Yeah,
to
No,
and he overrides anyone else.
Guest
who
plus
says-
plus.
We should argue about why Google can't verify Death Corridor.
No, let's move on to let's continue
All right, let's
talking
move
about
on, let's
Death
move on.
Corridor.
Wait.
But
Follow-up question.
but
Follow-up
with
question.
Skyjax because
Yeah.
Skyjax.
No.
No,
It's
Sin,
a verifier.
Sin. Let Google talk. Let Google talk.
Yeah,
No. Let me
Skyjax.
talk.
Shut up! No one cares about you tonight.
Why should have Skyjax verified Death Corridor?
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Google.
Yeah,
Why
no,
should
I,
it-
I was gonna ask. Skyjax, you were the original verifier of Death Corridor. How does that
Correct.
feel? How does that feel?
Feels like a wasted opportunity. I feel like I could have done a lot more with it, to be honest.
Why did you drop it again?
My computer broke.
Oh
very
yeah, I remember.
specific
Didn't
timing.
Google's computer break like 3 times and he didn't drop it.
Yeah, that's why he's gonna verify it.
Well, you know, my
Persistent.
computer broke
Hey,
twice,
Skyjax.
and I'm
Skyjax.
still verifying it.
Hey,
Do you have a
Cinci.
working computer now?
I do.
Do you think that Death Corridor is something
No,
that
no,
could be
no,
on
no.
the list?
Okay, new topic.
I mean, this is a new topic. Who is
Because you
this
were the original, you know. You could
verifier before Google Blitz, therefore
you and Google could race.
Yeah, you want to raise
Who's
No.
better? And then
No,
No,
the original
I'll pass. I'll pass. On that.
Okay.
is that a submission?
Google, you're just afraid. You're just scared you're gonna lose.
Alright.
But I will
Because the best
say,
Death
I
Corridor
will say this one thing. Skyjax is the backup verifier, the official backup verifier.
Oh boy,
Official.
will we ever get to the backup? We'll find out.
That is the one backup
Probably not.
verifier role that
But
is
I'm gonna have like
completely
3 children. I'm gonna be married by the time.
Dude, Kugel is
why
like
the backup won't be used.
Kugel's
like
like
the-
the star quarterback that gets injured for the season and still says, "I'm still the starter." Just
Wait,
No,
so
no, no.
Skyjax
Okay,
was the
look,
original.
it's
then
actually-
Google is the backup, and then Skyjax is the backup. It's like hot potato. It's like you're passing around.
No, but the
Death
thing
Corridor.
is, at this point, being the backup verifier of Death Corridor is like a vanity thing. You know, it's like it's never gonna happen. It's just a title.
yeah.
Oh,
like-
it's like a
being
rolling
nice-
Discord server. It doesn't do anything. Backup plus plus.
When Kugel Blitz the quarterback gets injured, the team has to quit for the rest of the season.
But
I'm gonna put that on my CV.
It's like being
Backup
knighted.
verifier.
It's like being knighted in the UK.
Oh, you're comparing it to being knighted.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a royal. What's the word? It's a
Bestow-
royal bestowment. I was gonna say bestowment.
Google is so like confident in his skills of like verifying Death Corridor that he's like creating an empire around this concept.
I mean, he kind of did.
here, what is
Colonized other
stop
levels.
You
He's
actually
gonna
did,
go
though.
by sailing to like other like levels and just like claim it.
Claim other levels.
Okay,
He's
Sky-
looking for other verification projects just to claim and hold on to, like land.
I'm gonna monopolize verification. Like
There's a
there
Kugel
will be-
Blitz flag planted on all the old impossible levels that are people are trying to beat now.
There will be like there will be a point in the GD community where there are no verifiers because I'm just the official verifier for everything.
Dude, that's so funny.
Everyone else just a backup.
And until like Kugel has to go to war with somebody that's actually making progress.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'll just expose them for hacking.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened with Noctify.
Okay, so you had one hacker.
Oh no, multiple. The Prime Evil tried to steal it from me,
Okay,
and he
well,
ended up
Prime
hacking.
Evil.
And, no, I'm not joking. Every single time and even end level, like every single time someone's tried to like verify it, they just ended up hacking.
about
It's
Sonic?
No,
like
I
a
don't
craze.
think this is a
Sonic.
coincidence. I don't
What
think
about
it's a coincidence.
Sonic's?
I think Google's
Sonic's
framing everybody.
Sonic's
Sonic's used the FPS bypass
yeah.
a while later, so he's actually a hacker.
No,
So it doesn't count.
he faked Sonic Wave on 60 Hz, so he's a hacker.
Oh,
He actually
I wonder
was
who else did that.
and he said 60, so he's a hacker.
I wonder who else faked Sonic Wave on 60 hertz. I can't think of anybody else.
Wabbit did that.
Yeah.
Google.
I can't think of anybody else
Yeah.
either. Cinci. I don't know anyone else who would fake
What?
Sonic.
Here's a question, alright?
Yeah.
How much money do you have to
That
pay
is
you
so
for
sad.
you to go and beat Death Corridor?
Pay me like $1 billion. I mean, I'll do it anyway, but I just like I got as
Best
much
we can
money out
do
of
with
it.
some crowdfunding is 10 big ones, 10,000 Canadian dollars probably. Are you
Okay.
actually gonna beat Death Corridor then?
Yeah. Sure.
No, please
That's
do
all it
not
takes.
donate money to Google to beat Death Corridor. I am trying to save you. Don't do it.
You will have
reminds
your
me.
money.
You,
Yeah,
the
no,
only
no.
thing the only difference will be you are down whatever money you paid. There's no change to Death
Yeah,
Corridor.
because he's not gonna verify it.
Here's
So.
the idea: if there was
no,
like
actually, there's no
short
change
sell
because I was
that
gonna verify it
burger,
regardless
you know,
of the
like-
donations.
Goes
Okay,
towards
wait.
the Kugel Foundation.
Wait,
what
Skyjax,
if
were
you do
you
like a
trying to
short
say
sell
something?
equivalent to the Death Corridor
Yeah, yeah.
verification? So where
This
you end up
reminds me
getting
of that tweet.
20,000 back
Which tweet?
if he doesn't beat it in like 4 years.
Shut up, inactive. Skyjax is trying to talk. Okay.
It reminds me of the tweet by Poltergeist, the recent one, where he's like, is it like $2 million? Yeah. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
$2 million
$1
to
million.
beat Tartarus within 2
I
years.
was talking with. It's literally easy money.
It's so
like-
easy.
Yeah, and
2 years is so
honest,
much time.
yeah,
Especially
dude, anyone could beat Tartarus in 2 years. I'm not even
Yeah.
joking. Like, even if you're a beginner at the game,
I swear some people have even done that. Started the game and beat Tartarus 2 years later.
Space UK in a year beat the Golden. Like,
Yeah, so
like
there
if
you
you
go.
spend that entire 2 years on Tartarus, because he's saying you have unlimited time, right? Like, you can just play as
Yeah.
much as you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
just
game's
3 months.
not at the point where you need multiple years of experience to actually do something like that. It's not
True.
there yet. I mean,
Imagine
definitely
a
need
Geometry
a lot
Dash
of time,
Grandmaster.
but,
You
like,
need a lot of
you
time.
need,
yeah.
you need a lot of time, but like it's not like some of the speed running, since that's what's on my mind after that terrible tweet.
Imagine the Geometry Dash equivalent of a chess Grandmaster.
Imagine someone
Skyjax.
speed running Super Metroid and trying to get the record within like 1 year of playing. Like, good luck.
Skyjax, we've all heard the rumors, okay? Is it true that the reason you dropped Death Coder was because Google Blitz paid you an exorbitant amount of money?
he may have paid me to.
Well,
to,
you heard it here first.
Hey, I didn't
there
finish.
could have
You
been
finished the sentence.
there could
You
have
heard
been
it here first. He paid him.
we could be living in a universe where Death Coder has been verified now, but unfortunately, payment was made and now it's not getting verified. So
I had the video
Yeah.
ready to publish, and he was like, you know what? Slim me a
Google's
couple.
just trying to like accumulate interest on it.
we're living in the worst timeline. This is the timeline, like out of all the infinite timelines that Doctor Strange sees, this is the one where Death Coder doesn't get verified.
How unfortunate.
Is there any timeline where it does under Google Blitz? I'm trying to figure it out.
If it does get verified, does that actually make it a better timeline?
The only time it gets
That's a good
verified,
question.
there's only one timeline where it gets verified is where Google nerfs it to like Dorami's version. Just
New Death Corridor. Okay, Skyjax. I have a question.
Of course. Go ahead.
You're known by a lot of people as one of the nicest people in the community, but
I don't know where that false rumor started.
But can you tell me about your dark secrets?
My dark secrets? Oh.
Yes.
You heard it here first. Skyjax's dark secret revealed right now.
The dark side of Skyjax.
What's the dark side of Skyjax? This is so important, actually.
Wow.
I'm-
I'm trying to. I need to think about this for a second. I guess
Why would
You know
you
what?
think about that?
I haven't verified anything
You heard it here first.
since
You verified unnerfed Fexty.
since Fexty. Yeah. I've dropped every verification project I've had so far except for one. Death Corridor, the Golden. I was verifying the Golden at one point.
Wait,
and I dropped
what?
it. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
I didn't even know
was-
that.
Well, you
was
heard
some-
it here first.
There's also
you
a remake of
verify-
Fexty that,
wait,
that
was the
has never been
Golden
released.
harder or easier during your verification than it is now?
Harder.
Harder.
It's hard. It was harder, yeah. And I just gave up on it. I didn't have a reason. I just said fuck it. I don't want to do this anymore. I just gave up.
You know, I was the verifier for Necromancer.
Necromancer.
Yeah,
so
but,
What is that?
but I like dropped it instantly because it was really bad.
And it got verified. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Jesus.
Hey Google, would you like to verify innards?
Yes. Sure.
He's gonna claim innards as his next
You
verification.
want to hold a level
Ooh, what
hostage
about
for me?
what about this? What about this theory? Okay, Google Blitz is like stalling on Death Coder because he wants to keep himself relevant, and like if once Death Coder is like,
That theory.
verified, he's like irrelevant.
Yeah, every 9 months he has to upload a new
That's like
progress
that's not
video.
even. It's not even true though, because if I verify Death Corridor, it's probably gonna make me like 100 times more relevant.
You heard it here first. He's stalling so that he can get relevance for this podcast to get more views.
Oh, no, he's
Episode
stalling
100,
dropping
he will
it
be
because he
verifying
thinks
Death
it's
Coder.
relevant.
Yeah, he's trying dropping it because like
This
this,
is-
He's not stalling beating it. He's
Google,
stalling
Google
dropping
saw what happened to me with innards, and he's like, "Oh man, if you drop that, no one cares anymore." So he's like, "I can't do that."
He doesn't know this from experience. He's like, that's a bad idea.
He's like, "Oh man, what a mistake he made. I'm not dropping that."
You would have named this the famous Death Corridor podcast if you could.
But I mean, since you're a GV mod again, so you went
I
back.
think
to being
Cinci would be
famous.
more famous no matter what, let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this is what
Cinci.
happened when he dropped it. His level of fame didn't like change. It's just like
You
so
heard what
simple
Jay's
from-
the King said.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Jayzak was all putting me up there with Trusta and them.
Okay,
For context, basically, there's this person named Jayzak the King that was talking to Xander556. This is like 4 years ago or something, and he was asking
explained this in the
Xander.
first
Yeah,
episode.
I'm telling Skyjax, and he basically said that. How do you keep talking to famous people like Trusta and Cinci?
Yeah, I've heard this story before. It's your name.
It's like what?
That's 4 years ago as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just started making fun of him and calling him famous constantly. He didn't deserve it at all.
Yeah, I have a question for
Like I have
all
the
of you.
biggest ego ever, apparently.
I have a question for all of you.
Yeah.
If someone paid you $1,000 to get a tattoo of a troll
Okay,
face,
okay.
would you do it?
We aren't on your segment
Canadian
yet, Kugel.
dollars, US
We are
dollars,
not
or
on the
what?
bad questions with Kugel Blitz
Wait for
segment.
your segment.
Canadian
Bad
dollars.
questions with Google Blitz. This is not.
Canadian dollars. That makes all the difference.
Yeah.
It depends where I can get the tattoo.
If someone gave you $10,000,
Okay, you can get it wherever you want. You can get it wherever you want.
Can I get it on the inside of my nostril?
Google
Ow.
if somebody
Well,
Ow, that
What?
hurts.
$10,000
that
to
that
drop
just sounds bad. Like,
what you
No
have to
one's
do.
gonna see it.
But it
like,
hurts
okay.
so bad.
So it's worth it.
Wait, can you get tattoos on your like fingernails?
Wait,
or
how much?
anything, or
How much
that
money is it?
impossible?
$1,000?
1,000. First of all, if it's on the inside of your nostril, it's gonna be small, so it'll take less time.
I don't know.
but
Not
the-
for 1,000.
but the tattoo artist wouldn't even be able to see it, so like it would probably
No,
look
I-
really
like in
shit.
Photoshop,
So
I'll like pixelize the image. I'll make it like 6 pixels by 6 pixels.
Well, what
and
if
just give it to him?
what if one day you're like forced to show the inside of your nostrils and someone sees
just
it?
go
Yeah,
on
that's a
white
serious.
thing.
That's a fear, real fear that people have. The one
You know,
day
I think a
they can see-
tattoo sleeve of troll faces would be really funny.
That would be. Imagine going to a party with that thing on.
Yeah, like just
Damn, you'd pull so many people.
you would not. You would
Yes, you would.
absolutely not.
Dude,
It's
of course
like,
you
it's
would.
like it's like a story you can
Google.
tell, but it's like a 1 second story.
You're
It's
like-
like, oh yeah, I got the sleeve of.
If you have a
troll
tattoo
face.
sleeve of
That's it.
troll faces, you're destined to be like making sandwiches at Subway or something.
Oh my god. Why is that accurate, dude? That shouldn't be that accurate.
Google, I have to ask you that question. If someone gave you $100,000 to drop Death Corridor, would you?
What? How many dollars?
100,000.
Is that
No.
Canadian or US?
No, I wouldn't drop Death Quarter for that.
Actually,
see, that is dedication that we need in this game. He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the experience. 4 years
should-
worth of experience. He's out here.
Experience.
We should do
it's
would
actually
you
more
rather
like a good
questions.
1 year of experience plus like a couple months.
We
Because he
should-
doesn't really play it.
we should do would you rather questions.
No, we should not. We should move on.
No, we're
Okay.
doing-
So
Guys,
Let's-
would you rather
let's
do
let's
would you
actually go
rather
back
questions
to
or
the
not?
topic of Hannah Skyjax. Like, so
That's
you said that you have never actually verified anything,
Except Fexty.
except
and a
Fexty,
challenge.
yeah, and a challenge. What do you like? What's next in this game for you? Are you done? Like, what are you planning on
Ooh.
doing with it?
I have one thing left to do. One.
All right.
It may not be
In
the last
Venom.
thing I do.
In
What?
Venom.
No, it's not in Venom. It's more. It's less important than in Venom. No, I'm kidding.
Koros.
It's not
Koro?
Koros. It's not a challenge. I don't know. Should I say it, Kugel? Should I say
Uh,
it?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Galaxy claps by Trusta. I'm the verifier.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
You. Oh.
Did you think I was gonna
You
say
heard it
that?
here first. The last thing.
Are you actually
Skyjax
gonna do
will
that
ever
one?
do-
Has this been like released?
No,
publicly?
it has not.
Oh.
I've just told it to my
Oh.
friends, but if anyone made it this far into the podcast, they deserve to know. So
Yeah,
Okay.
Wow, I did not know
That is
that.
actually
That is
exclusive news here.
So this
There
is
you
the
go.
last thing ever, right? After this, you're done. You're
that's
through?
it. I'm done.
Oh my
I'm through
god.
with
Wow.
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 Going
You
out
were
with a
like-
bang.
You're not
You're-
even
you're
gonna
like one of-
beat Death Corridor once I verify.
So
it?
like, is that level like complete now, or how? Like,
It's close to being completed. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
very close.
what's like your best runs
Are you
on it?
excited?
What's your best runs on it?
I don't have many runs on it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't practiced it very much, but I've been on and off with it very recently. Trying to learn the whole level to perfection. So I'm
You
very
better
excited.
This is actually pretty
monopolize the
exciting.
verification.
Cool.
That's
Oh, I'm
pretty
I
cool.
really want to
monopolize.
do this. You're like one of the best, like, one of the fastest progressing players that we've seen in this community, to my knowledge.
No,
One
I've
of
played the
them.
game for 8 years. I don't think I'm the fastest
Google,
progressing
you should
player.
you should
One
also
of
drop
them.
some practice
In terms of like the way that you progress, you progress really fast
It
when
seems
you
like
actually-
Skyjax. It seems like you have a bunch of
you're
dead
on,
time. You have like dead time where you don't do anything, and then you come back and just do crazy stuff, and then you have dead time again.
Yeah, exactly. And then like,
Exactly what happens. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean though. Like you make really fast progress whenever you like actually start grinding.
If I want to do something, I'll do it. That's
Yeah, exactly.
that's how it
And
is,
you were one of the best like challenge and demonless players at one point,
Oh,
sort of,
thank you.
not
Thank
quite,
you, sir.
but like you had beaten both the top one challenge and the top one demon.
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
talk
still
about
the
that a
only
little bit?
person to ever do that. No one's done that. I think. Has Curse done that? I think Curse might have. Has he beat Tartarus? I don't know.
I don't think he beat VSC. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Oh no,
I
but
don't
maybe
think-
when he beat Flutter Wonder or something. I don't know if he beat
Water
Tartarus.
Wonder was never top one.
Oh, was it? I thought it was
No,
top
well,
one.
no,
Okay.
but it was, but
It just
it's
never
actually
deserved
overrated. It's like top 50.
I see. Okay. See, that's how
Yeah.
disconnected I've been from the community recently.
Yeah. Okay. I have another question. If you had the ability not to feel pain, what would you do to it? What would
no,
you do
Google,
with
we're
it?
not on your part.
What
yet.
is that?
No, we're not doing
What?
bad questions. Thank you.
What?
What?
We want
I
to hear
just-
about
Thank you.
Skyjax. When you play a level, I want to actually hear this because, like, what do you do to practice? Like, do you do a bunch of practice runs? Like, do you practice from the end to the start? Like, what do you actually do when you practice a level? How do you approach it?
It depends on what type of level it is. If it's a challenge, I usually do all my practice in practice mode. I don't know why people use start positions. I don't like that. I just use
That's
practice mode for challenges.
weird.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I even create a copy just to play practice mode on the copy so I can organize my attempts. But with the regular level, I create like a bunch of copies with different start positions, and I just do it like that. That's all I do. And I gradually get runs further and further from into the level. That's how you do it. It's pretty simple. That's how everyone does it, I assume. But
The way I practice levels is with hard work and dedication.
oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
And tons
Google's
of
favorite
Canadian
practicing
dollars.
method is stall for months.
I verify QHC in a week, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh. Just do the same with Death Corridor.
I have verified more levels than Skyjax has, so
That's true.
Do you know what you should be doing instead of hard work and determination? You should be doing what Skyjax said, which is just like, if you want to do it, just do it, right? So just,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you just
Google,
wanted to- if
Google
you
clearly
wanted-
doesn't want to do it enough.
You heard it here first.
What?
Google doesn't want to verify Death Corridor.
yeah, if you wanted to, you would have just done it.
If you wanted to beat Death Corridor, you would have just done it. No
It's like
problem.
it's a clear flowchart.
I clearly
It's solve
didn't
it.
see. I
Logic
clearly
is
didn't want to beat
pure logic.
Ennard, so I just gave up.
He didn't want to beat it.
I just
Exactly.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Okay,
No.
as,
Getting
as
these
much as I don't want
questions
bad
from-
Google Blitz with thing,
These
that one's
BuzzFeed
interesting
questions.
because that shit's terrifying.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to get them like every day, but
What?
now I almost never get them anymore. I don't know why.
But
But
what are you talking about?
Sleep
I didn't
paralysis.
Paralysis.
I heard that like it only happens if you're laying on your back or something as well. It's like weird.
no, it can happen if you're laying on your side.
Really?
Yeah. But it is more likely if you're on your back.
Yeah.
It's also if you like try to lucid dream and you fuck up somehow.
And isn't it
I have these-
also like, you know, if you're really tired too, sometimes it can happen if you
Yeah.
just don't get enough sleep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
I have
how
these
you get into
really
lucid dreams in the first
insane-
place.
No, I just want to tell you about this. I just want to tell you about this. I don't think I've ever told anyone about this. I have these really insane hallucinations while I'm falling asleep. Usually they're like,
I think you have schizophrenia. Like,
I
no.
was gonna say
No,
hypnagogia, but I just
listen,
said
listen, talk. Yeah.
Usually it's like a bug or something, or like a spider or something. It's like a bug in my room that isn't actually there, but like flies in my face usually. It's really, really annoying, and it like makes me jump so bad.
I actually
That's
had that
like
happen
hypnagogia.
one time.
your
It
brain
was-
is bugged.
It was
Physically.
like 3 weeks ago. As I was waking up, I saw this spider just dangling in front of my face. I was like, "Holy shit!" And I left, and it
I
just
don't
didn't
like that.
exist. It just didn't exist.
Yeah. That
has
has happened to me before. Like one time, I woke up and I was like right next to my face in the bed. There was like a spider crawling. I freaked out, and then it was gone. And
Yeah,
for a
exactly.
while I was like looking for it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I
looked
made
for
it.
forever, and I was like, I
You
must
guys
have
are lucky. The
hallucinated
spiders,
or
the
something.
spiders next to me when I wake up are real. So
It's like
It's a-
terrifying though. And
Oh,
I have
well,
a really hard time.
I live in okay. Look,
No, here's the
in
thing. Here's the
Canada,
thing. If I don't
my
fall
house
asleep,
had 6
it's gonna-
spiders next to the bed that I would like look at and just keep track of at night. But they never went near my face. They were just
why don't
always
you get some
chilling
like
there.
raid or something like spray, you know?
Well, I take like an hour to fall asleep. So it was really freaking annoying to wake up again and then just have to deal with the fact that
So
great.
do
now I have
you
to fall
sleep
asleep
with
again.
your eyes open? Like
No, like I would like barely wake up, and then I would be able to just go back to sleep. But I have a heart attack, so I can't.
Wait, are you saying that you see your room while your eyes are closed?
No, I
Strikewind,
barely
Strikewind,
wake up.
Strikewind. He barely wakes up, opens his eyes slightly, and then there's something there.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else. When you
Or I
lucid
feel like
dream,
there's something
when
like
you lucid dream, there's some times where you in your dream you can actually see your room even though your eyes are closed. Like
I
that's
could
happened
see
a couple of
that. I
times.
could see that.
I've had that before, yeah.
My dreams are
And,
really, really weird.
Before
I used to get really weird hallucinations when I was a kid.
Like
Like,
my
when I
dreams
was
are
sleeping.
weird. Like I'm talking. I felt
Marble.
yeah, I became a marble one time and fell out of my bucket and had to roll my way home to my bucket with the other marbles. That was a dream one.
What?
That's
What?
weird. Dude,
Whoa.
my dreams are way weirder than that.
Well, yeah, I would hope so. It's just-
Go ahead,
they're just
one up him.
odd.
You would hope so? Why would you hope my dreams are weird?
Because at least it's entertaining. Imagine if your dreams were boring. If you
Imagine
haven't,
if you
if you
could
don't
control
die in
your
half your
dreams.
dreams, what's the point? Whenever I die, I wake up and I'm like, ah, alright, well, we're back.
I've never died. I've never died in my dream.
Really?
By
I
the
die
way-
a lot in my dreams. It's really bad.
Here's some
Whoa.
here's some weird facts about dreams. All right, you can if you there's no way you can like stop breathing in a dream. Like even if you're underwater or whatever, right? Or if you're holding your nose in your dream, because like the actual like sensation of breathing is like real. So you can try this. It's like a way to find out if you're dreaming. It's like to hold your nose, and if you're still able to breathe, it's like a sure sign that you're dreaming. But if you're not
That's
able
weird.
to breathe,
Weird,
that's like
huh?
a sure
I-
sign that you're awake.
Usually not conscious. What happens like is if I think I
S-
stopped
some things-
breathing, then I wake up.
Some parts of your body are not paralyzed by the hormone. So, for example, the eyes in REM sleep they dart around, so they're not paralyzed. Your
Well,
lungs are
if
not
you have
paralyzed.
if you have sleepwalking issues, then
Yeah,
then-
none of okay. Also, the tips of
Dude,
your
I have a
fingers
story
and
about that.
toes are not properly
Really?
paralyzed.
It's not my story. It's my sister's boyfriend. One time, so he has really bad like sleepwalking issues, or at least he did before. It's gone now, I think. But once he like woke up in the middle of the night and thought he was being abducted by aliens, right? And so he was having this dream while sleepwalking, and he ran outside into the garden and he was screaming, and he was like, I think he said he could see like an alien spaceship above him, right? And he was screaming, and his parents ran outside, and he's just there on the grass, like help, help, you know? And he's literally asleep. Like that's actually
I can only think of sleepwalking one time where it happened to me, where I was told the next day, and apparently it wasn't interesting though. I just came out of bed, started talking to my parents, and they're like, "Are you asleep? Go back to bed." And then I went back to bed.
Are you sure you weren't just like really tired?
No, because I don't remember any of it, and apparently I was speaking nonsense.
Oh.
Dude, there was a time. Listen to this. My mom tried to go and then like go to her car and then do something, and she was sleepwalking. I actually don't remember the full story, so I shouldn't even mention it. But like, it was really wacky.
What if you drove your car while sleeping?
Yeah, I know. That's the thought. Like, what if she just like drove
I
her
think that's
car?
happened before.
You
Like-
get pulled
like-
over for speeding and sleeping.
Sleep driving, I think.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a
You
good
get
thing,
pulled
right?
over and the officer just notices you're passed out.
We're gonna have you take this tranquilizer test. He's fine. I don't know what's wrong with him.
holy shit, sleep driving.
Because of the
Sleeping
like,
and
fact that
driving,
you're-
don't do it. We need billboard signs to tell us not to do it.
Like, what do you think would happen to you if you actually got caught sleeping while driving? Would you get like a ticket? Would you get like?
I fell asleep behind the wheel
How do
one
they
time.
punish you? It's technically
No
not
way.
your fault.
Yeah, I fell
If you,
asleep
like,
on the highway, and all of a sudden, this was like when I was 16, and my mom yelled at me my name, and there was a turn that I was just going straight forward on, and I really don't remember. I remember waking up and like just randomly turning the wheel in the car, and we survived, I guess, because I just remember it vaguely. And I remember we somehow made it. It was like really, really wobbly, but we actually made it back on the highway. And then we pulled over, and I wasn't allowed to drive for the rest of the trip. In my defense, though,
almost dying.
The heat,
vaguely.
The heat was on because in the winter, so the heat in the car already makes me sleepy. And my mom was calling multiple people on the phone, telling the exact same story, the exact same way. I think she was on her 4th time in a row, and so I was already tired, heat in my face with that, and I was done. It was over.
Jesus. That's scary though, dude.
That was that was really bad. But
I was gonna say before that, because of the way that your fingers and toes don't get paralyzed when you're sleeping, it's a way to get out of sleep paralysis. It's also like a way to get out of dreams, where if you like wiggle your fingers and toes, it sends like a signal to your brain to wake yourself up.
That's what I used to do when I had sleep paralysis. Like I would just.
That's like surprisingly effective. Like it's not even like a mental thing; it's like a physiological thing.
Another thing I like learned somehow was like the ability to just jolt myself. Like I would just jolt my whole body, and my body would spaz out, and I'd like instantly wake up.
It's honestly
it would take a lot of willpower to do that.
Well, yeah, I've never really experienced sleep paralysis. Honestly, I felt like where I couldn't move my body, and there's something in the corner of my eye, like that tracks before. But I've always just been able to kind of force myself to look at it, and then I wake up. So I never really fully experienced it, because you can't really move, apparently.
Cool, you know how you've had sleep paralysis like a lot of times? Do you not feel the fear anymore?
No, well, I mean, I don't have it. It rarely happens to me nowadays. It was when I was a kid, and then as I grew up, it became like I would have periods where I would never get it, and then I'd have periods where I'd get it like 5 times a week. And then eventually it just like started almost never happening. Like the last year or two, I can only remember happening like 3 times, and one of those times was because I tried lucid dreaming. So
have you ever had like those weird things where you wake up but you're not really awake, and then you wake up again? And it's like a cycle of keeping waking up.
Yeah. Actually,
I had that once while having a lucid dream, right? And I was like really paranoid at that point, because I don't know how long it would keep going. So I tried some physical tests to like check, because when you're dreaming, right? Most people think of their dreams as weird and unrealistic, but it's actually quite realistic when you have your awake brain to analyze it, because the dreams are realistic enough to fool you, right? So when you're lucid dreaming, it's very easy to like see how realistic it exactly is. It has to be realistic enough to fool your awake brain as well. So I tried to look at the mirror. Is my
awake brain stupid? Because the marble thing fooled me for a while.
That wasn't your awake brain. But
no, I usually know that I'm dreaming. That's why I feel like it's bad for me to know that the like wiggle your toes and trash trick, because I feel like I'm gonna just impulsively wake myself up every time, because for some reason my brain's like, I need to get out of this dream. I find it so addicting. Knowing that
I tried to like in the recursive dream, whatever, right? I tried some physical tests. Like there was one thing where I read that if you have like a real mirror, and you put your hand on the mirror, there's like a gap between your real hand and the fake hand. But if it's like a fake mirror or two-way mirror, it's like you can like touch your reflection or something. So I wanted to go to my mirror, which was like beveled. I see all the details and see if it's like a real mirror or like a dream mirror. When I put my hand on it, it felt like exactly like a real mirror or something. I also went to my computer screen to look really close. I could see the pixels as well. So like I was like, wait a second, this is like way too realistic. But then I woke up again. So like that's like made me really paranoid.
Wow.
It's like so realistic.
I had a weird recurring dream recently, because like recently I've been telling Sizzy like my dreams. Like whenever I'd wake up, I'd just say what dream I had today. So like that day, I had a really weird dream, and I thought I woke up, but I actually woke up in another dream where during the dream I was telling Sizzy what happened in my dream.
No way.
And I was like embellishing it even. And then I woke up and I realized that was a dream. And I was like, oh man, now I have to write it all over again. Like I was actually annoyed.
I've had like one dream where I went through an entire day of school. This was when I was really young, like 5th grade or something. Went through an entire day of school, and then I woke up and I had to go to school again. It was really unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
What happened one time? This is 6th grade, I believe. I woke up and I dreamed that my friend died. We went to the funeral and all that trash, you know. So I woke up thinking he was dead. Whatever. And so I go to school, and all of a sudden he's just there talking. I was so confused. I was like, "What?
What?
Do you guys have it where
That was a
you're-
long time ago."
Let's go. He's still alive.
Do you guys have it where if you have like a really a dream that you remember having and you wake up, it's like you're more tired than if you just didn't have a dream or something. It's like dreams are like tiring.
Not really. I really don't have that happen to me, honestly.
It happens with lucid dreams apparently. A lot of like sleep scientists
I don't
will say
try to
that
lucid dream, so,
lucid dreaming will
yeah.
make you like extremely tired or something for some reason, and people don't really know why. But
I kind of want to go.
try to. So
I kind of actually want to go back to Skyjax a bit because Skyjax is a really interesting person.
Oh,
And I feel like he's,
yeah, we got
like,
stuck on some
interesting right
lucid
now.
dream tangent.
Unlike
I'm sorry I
Snack.
couldn't.
yeah, that's
couldn't
why
fit
you
in them all.
don't start bad questions with Google Blitz until this segment.
Well,
but we already did
okay,
this.
Synactive. It was that one wasn't a bad question. I could see
That
it go
wasn't bad.
somewhere, so that's why I
I
wanted to go
enjoyed
with
that
that.
Okay. Okay,
why I
Skyjax,
wanted
what's
that.
your opinion on egotistical GD players?
Ooh,
No.
I think having a massive ego is the best way to be the best player.
Yeah, that's
hands
true.
down, hands down. So
No, like, okay, wait, actually continue.
I was gonna say
Yeah, yeah.
inherently being egotistical is terrible. So if you get used to being an egotistical player, maybe that like rubs off in real life, and people end up hating you, and you don't know why. So I don't think it's a good idea. But personally, I believe I'm the best player. That's how. I think that's how I think I'm good at the game.
also believe you're the
I
best player,
fully
so
agree with
thank
that because like recently I've been sort of looking at like people like Mike Tyson and stuff, people who are
Mm.
like champions in their sport, and even ones that like come across as humble, right? They all say the same thing. They all say before, like years before they even became a champion, before they even became professional, they had it in their mind. They knew for a fact that they could be like
Freddie
the
Mercury
champion.
said that. He's like, I knew I was a
Li-
star.
like they knew it like as if it was just a fact and it was bound to
But
happen.
this might be
right?
survivorship
Hmm.
bias because a lot of people will also believe that they're the best, but they're like not talented.
Yeah. But I think the point is, I haven't really heard of like a champion or someone who's the best in a certain category that didn't have that mindset.
But the thing is, if you really are like the best, you're just being
Practicing
realistic, and you
this
have
with
like
Sky,
you have like you understand the
no,
sport enough.
But like the people who said that, this was like before they were professional, before they were even close to the top. Like they just knew that they could be the best.
So
Like,
I think there's ego. You can have ego without being obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
called,
yeah,
it's called like being inwardly egotistical. Or,
Like
I-
for
Yeah,
example,
well, you're not you don't like say it outwardly, but you
Yeah.
like in your own mind you believe
Yeah,
for a fact
exactly.
that you can be the
like,
best.
if you
or
guys
you are
remember
being a
the
good
hot
person.
ball, if you guys remember like the hot ball Erebus description,
What was that? I don't remember that. Let me look it up.
You don't have to be hot ball Airbus description. Yeah.
Let me see. what this
that's
is.
why a lot of
let me see if
top
I can
GD
find it.
players
Someone posted
have-
it on Twitter recently.
a lot of the top GD players actually do have like quite a big ego.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why Skyjax is awesome because he's not as egotistical visually at least, and he doesn't say that he doesn't annoy people with it. Like he's so cool.
But
Here
it
you
definitely
go.
still
I
makes them the
posted it- I
best
posted it in the
player,
group chat.
right?
Krazen had the biggest ego though. Like
I think Rory did. Rory was.
Oh, true.
I'm not going to talk about it in the podcast, but he was a really like terrible person.
Well, what about
Oh, oh.
what about Enswish?
Well, and Swish I think is egotistical, but like
but he's self-aware
he-
about it.
and he plays it up a lot. Like
He does.
I think he exaggerates it a lot. And,
I
like,
remember
makes-
one video where he's like, "How did I die there? I'm too good at this game to die there."
Then he just beat it the next time.
Dying there. I referenced in one of my thumbnails.
Dude, okay.
The
So
thing is,
yeah,
like,
wait, Skyjax? Wait,
You know
Who
what's
is that
weird though?
guy? is there anyone?
NCAT is like one of the best, or possibly even the best challenge player, and he's like the opposite of ego. He's
Maybe that works out
self-deprecates.
for him, but yeah, maybe that works for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's
I don't
weird.
know. It's weird.
But I feel like he's
But-
limiting himself by
A
doing
lot
it.
of
'cause
good
I
like
think-
artists
But
self-deprecate.
I mean, it could even be a case of like maybe outwardly he says that stuff, but like inwardly,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't want to admit it inwardly, he actually believe like because every single level he's like beaten, like every top challenge, he always says, "I'll never beat this. I'm too bad at the game, whatever," and then he ends up beating it, right? And
Hmm.
so like I feel like he knows maybe that he's actually really good, but because he's told me this before, one of the things he hates is people who like put him on a pedestal and stuff. So he said to me he purposely tries to downplay himself so that people will underestimate him. Like he
Yeah.
wants people to
Wait,
underestimate.
there's a problem with this ego thing, right? Because you remember with the I think I'm not sure if we mentioned it before. I don't think we did, but there's like a known fact that the people who are the best at a sport or a game are like the most likely to cheat because they believe that they deserve it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe this is NCAT's secret, because he believes he's not the best. He's actually more motivated to try more times. And if someone thinks they're the best, maybe they will give up easily because
Well,
they
no,
feel
no,
like,
but okay. Here's another thing about like champion mentality from what I saw is that it's not like they are the champion and they believe they're the best, so they become complacent. That is like a subsection of it, and those are the people who maybe have an ego but they don't end up being good. But
Yeah,
the champions, not only do they believe they're the best, but they also always try to find ways to improve because
Exactly.
but the thing is, they're not comparing themselves to others because they could be the best or they could think they're the best, but to them, they still want to be better, right? They want to improve from where they are now. So they could be the best by far, but they still want to go further.
does it really matter if you think you're the best though? Like in the system of like inputs and outputs, is your own belief about yourself like an input in your own ability or something? Like
Yes.
how does it even affect?
It
Yeah, it's a
eliminates
mentality
comparing
thing.
yourself to other people, which is a huge problem for some people. It eliminates that completely. You just believe you're the best, and
Half
then
of
you
like
don't have to care
sports is
about
a
anybody
mental
else.
game.
It's so true.
We
Yeah,
should
yeah.
really talk about.
Yeah.
I would say most of it is a mental game actually.
Hmm.
Okay, literally even again Mike Tyson, he said that boxing to him was like 80% mental or something like that, right?
It's
Like, he
true
said
that
it
there's
was-
like a study that like two teams were like playing American football or whatever, and one team was like shown their worst moments and punished, and the other team was like shown their best moments, and like that caused like an increase in testosterone or something, which made the rewarded team play better the next round. So that's like a thing, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It is
believe that, yeah.
it is very prominent in GD mindsets and like getting mind blocked on levels. That is a huge thing.
It's
yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah, it's such a mentality based game. Like
It really is.
Yeah,
it's
is
it's not something people would even realize unless like you're like playing at the top level.
Well, it's
You're
about
really-
consistency, and like it's like a 5-minute run. You have to be playing so well for that little segment. It's like you have to realize this is as hard as like this is way harder than beating an entire game, and it happens in like five minutes maximum. Generally speaking, like 2 minutes, 1 minute.
What's interesting
I-
is like the progress I
Really,
made.
really hard.
When I actually made progress was when my mentality was good, and the second it was
Yeah.
bad, I got nowhere.
Exactly. No, like people really underestimate. Like even me, for the longest while, I thought all mentality did was help you be determined to continue playing a level and help you with nerve control. But it's so much deeper than that. Like if you want to be a good player, you need good mentality. Like there's just
Speaking of like good players, Skyjax, we asked
Oh.
you a little
Thank
bit
you.
about your how you practice stuff, and you said for challenges you did practice mode. What about like actual full on levels? What do you do?
I did mention that I just use copyables and I label each one with the percentage, and then I go from really far into the level and then gradually move my start position back. I go to each copy and
So you
play
do
from them.
back to front.
Back to front, yeah, definitely.
So clever.
So it's like, what is your actual like way that you get better at the game? Though is really a good question about this. About like practicing methods.
Oh,
Like
man.
how do you actually get better? How do you
That's-
improve?
And that's a really good question. I feel like improving mechanically maybe isn't the best way to do it, because you
Really?
might think like playing challenges that are really short might improve your mechanics a lot, and it might make you better at longer levels and stuff. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't think that's it. I think mentality matters the most. So if you want to start from nothing and go up, I think quantity over quality matters a lot. Just getting used to the feeling of beating a level, what it takes to beat a level, and when you can get good at that is when you become really good.
And my pod-
didn't you take a break at Death's Quarter so you can practice like other levels to get good mechanically?
Yeah. Also, someone just commented on like my podcast video asking where is Chaotic Jumper, but he spelled Chaotic Jumper wrong, like with a C.
That's a good idea for a guest.
Yeah.
Almost as good as Cinci.
We could spell it wrong in the podcast.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Oh
if we
yeah.
had to.
Speaking of like what people have commented, there have been a couple of people who said I should put it on Spotify, so I want to do that actually.
You should.
Oh.
I think
Hopefully by like the next episode, I could get that sorted.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, dude.
So
If
Skyjax,
people
you have beaten the top 1 demon and the original top 1 challenge. Obviously not VSC yet. I'm sure you can do it. Who do you
I don't know
actually
about
think is better than you at this game?
Nobody. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, okay. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are better than me.
Like,
Like a lot of people.
who?
Oh gosh, I don't think I can name them all, but I know the best players in the game right now. Space UK is definitely one of them.
He's better than you.
Oh, he's so much better than me. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
How's he better than you? How's he better than you?
because
Yeah,
he's
How
quicker.
could he be better than you? Like,
He's
you have to
quicker
think
than
about
me.
He's
Are you
quicker?
sure?
He can beat something really quickly if he wants to.
that. But you're so fast.
Oh, he's a GD speedrunner. Okay.
His speed runs exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier. If you can get really good at beating levels, the entire process of beating the level, practicing, learning, completing it. If you get good at
Power
that, you'll
grind.
be like
wait,
him.
wait.
You'll be like
Okay.
Space, beating
But
things
There-
quickly.
There
But
is
here's
a
the thing,
GD
Space UK. But here's the thing. Yes, maybe you could say that they can beat stuff quicker than you, but aren't you nicer than them? So like,
Yeah.
at some
True.
point,
that
yeah,
yeah.
like you're one of the nicest people in the
No.
community,
Players
Okay.
are also one of the nicest
and
players.
so you have to
Wow.
kind of mix the two. So like,
By the
who do you think's nicer than you in this community, Skyjax?
Everybody, man. Everybody deserves to.
No, but
Take
that's a
credit for it.
self-defeating argument because that's like
This is
humble, right?
self-defeating.
It is, yeah. That's
Reverse
nice.
Tinkerbell effect.
I don't
Like,
know, man.
name me some players that you consider nicer than you.
Oh, Kugelblitz for sure.
Kugelblitz?
is
Oh,
amazing.
now we
He's
know
so
you're
kind.
lying.
He's so nice. I've known him for a long time. He's always been very nice to me. Let's see who else. I don't know. Encat's amazing. He's really nice.
oh dude, yeah, NCAT is
All right,
really awesome.
NCAT's actually really
I,
nice.
I could just go on forever. Zephyr's amazing. Trust has been really nice to me. So many people are so nice. Like really, there are a lot of
Yeah.
shitty people as well. But I mean, you can't focus on
like-
that. There are so many nice
But, like,
people.
you gotta think
Yeah.
about, like, the best, right? Like,
Mhm.
who has the best ratio here? of,
Yeah,
like,
like, who's the best ratio of nice and skill? Who's the best
Oh,
top
shit.
Who's
player?
a role model for the GD community?
Yeah, who would be the best
You're
role
putting me
model
on
for
the
the
spot.
GD community?
the best role model for the GD
You're putting
community?
me on the spot here. That's such a
I
tough
personally think it's
question.
Skyjax.
Yeah.
I personally,
You know what? I think the best role model is Mr. Spaghetti, and I don't even know him. I don't know Mr. Spaghetti, right? But he's the only player I know who is really talented at star grinding, really talented at level creating, right? He has multiple features and really talented at extremes. He's a triple threat. He's good at everything.
But is
And
he
no
nice?
one fucking cares.
Okay, but
it's
he's
crazy.
not good at challenges.
But is he
right?
nice?
Yeah, Strikewind has a point.
He's never been not nice. Okay, maybe challenges, but I've
and
never
has
seen
he
him
had
try.
both the top
You can't
challenge?
call him
completed
truly. You can't call him truly well-rounded if he doesn't. If he's not a.
And he was never a
challenge grinder.
verifier of Death's Quarter,
That's
so
true.
he doesn't have
Ah.
that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true, dude. Okay, never mind. I'm the nicest.
Yeah, you are the role model.
Oh, that was fun.
But for real, I think if you really want to be famous in Geometry Dash, like this is a different topic, but I feel like you need to be good
Decency.
at everything. No, not
Why
decency.
would you want to be famous? Like,
I'm just an
Okay.
observation.
As a
I just-
famous person
what?
in the GD
No,
community, super
yeah,
famous,
Go ahead.
you don't want it.
being famous in the GD community is worse than being famous like anywhere else. Because if you're famous
like-
in the GD community, it's just like a magnet.
I
for
can name a few
drama.
things that would probably be
I-
worse. I think being
What?
like number 1 on the FBI wanted list probably would suck.
Not famous. That's like infamous. I'm talking about like,
I guess that's true. That is infamous.
I think the art of being famous has kind of gone to shit. Like, if you're famous now, it's because you make content that kids like to watch, right? That's not what it used to be. Like,
GD,
Boy
Panda GD.
Panda GD, yeah, Noble Boy and like Trusta and those like are OG guys. They all got famous because they were good at creating things, they were good at playing, and they were good at, I guess, making content, right? They were good at everything, right? And that's why they got famous, and that's the right way to be famous. For
Yeah, I
actually
don't-
doing
it's-
something and changing
it's
the
not
game
like
instead of
that
making fucking
anymore.
5-second videos.
I can't remember the last person who became like a really, really famous person because they were good. And by that I mean like over like 30K subs just out of because they were skilled.
Exactly,
like-
yeah.
I think part of it is because there's so many skilled players nowadays. Like before, the top was like much fewer, like a much smaller group of people than it is now. So it's not like all the attention can be directed towards that small group of people.
Well, look
So,
at like
yeah.
how many people have beaten just the top demons.
Yeah, like
That's true, that's true.
41 victors of Tartarus. 41. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
is
a lot of people. Wow, I didn't know it was that many. But
Yeah.
you don't have to be like, okay, here's the thing. You're totally right. You can't beat the top 10 and become famous. It's impossible. It doesn't happen, right? And maybe you can beat the entire list and still not be famous. But it's
Well, no, I
about
think if you go that far, then you'll get a lot
maybe.
of
I
recognition.
feel like someone like Space could do that, and he'd maybe get like 20K subs, you know. But it's because
Yeah.
of his presentation, the way he presents his content. If people made like tiny improvements, right? If Space made a tiny improvement to his content, if he tried a little harder with his interaction with the audience, and I don't know, maybe he would be 3 times as big. That's what I think. I think the art is lost.
Yeah,
I think it's lost 'cause-
like you have people like Riot and Andromeda and whatever. Like those people, they were like the top players of the community, and they got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers out of it, right? And now
Yeah.
the community is even big, like way bigger than it was back then. So you would think, oh wow, so it should be even easier for top players. But no, it's the opposite.
Well,
Now top players get like 10,000.
Well, it's oversaturated. Well, it's oversaturated at this point. Like,
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
think if you were a top player that verified something that is way hard and beyond anything else what people can do at that point in time compared to like what's there, then yes, I think you'll get
Well,
actually a ton.
Dills, yeah, I was thinking
Dills-
Dills as well.
Dill's thick. I mean, he got a decent amount, and he didn't even he got like 98 twice. But
I mean, Curse is getting a lot of attention pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But he-
Abyss of Darkness, like everyone kind of knows about it, yes, but it wasn't like Bloodbath or Bloodlust or Yatagarasu or stuff like that really, the whole community knew about. You get so many viewers on Twitch for streaming it. Like it's
I
not
also-
to that level as it,
I also want to
Yeah.
say another
I
thing.
think the last level like that was
I also
Sonic
wanna say
Wave
another
Infinity. And Zany has
Dark-
like a lot of subscribers now.
Abyss of Darkness from like outer community, like less skilled players, doesn't look nearly as hard as it is. Like
Yeah.
anywhere close. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even look harder than Tartarus to most
It's
people.
only hard because it's inconsistent.
yeah, it needs to be more red.
It's more
It needs to be
That's true. That's true.
Or blue.
Or green.
Google, you should have done shorts. You should have done YouTube shorts when they were broken.
Like, and
back
here's the
in
thing:
day.
Abyss of
Of
Darkness. You think of that as like, oh, okay, whatever. But when you hear the word Bloodbath and Bloodlust, it's like, oh boy, this level's
Yeah.
hard.
We've run out of names, to be honest, haven't we?
It's got a
You
lot
know,
of
like,
teeth to fly
a
through.
really good way to get a lot of views on TikTok is like GD videos. I don't know why GD has just been like a trend on TikTok recently.
I've seen a
Oh,
few of
God.
them recently. Oh, recently.
Yeah, well, okay. At this point, it's not like recent. It's been a thing since like the start of this year, but like there's a huge, I want to say community, but it's not really a community of like TikTok GD people.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I saw one that I remember, and it was some guy being like, "Yeah, but can you do this?" And it was like him playing Space Locked or something. I was like, "Oh, dude, oh, dude."
I won't go too much into the details of this, but I made like an alt account just to test it out, right? And I like reposted someone's video from YouTube because that's what a lot of the accounts do, and I wanted to see how easy it was. And that video got over 500,000 views, and I got like over 1,000 followers in like less than a month.
You're
And
kidding.
I'm not even like posting regularly. Like I stopped posting,
You're
but
fucking kidding.
but it
dude.
just blew up. Like that's how easy it is. You don't even have to make the content. Just download something from YouTube.
Wait. Okay, you do that for your real account, and then make a link to your YouTube channel on TikTok, and then that's easy.
Oh,
He has
oh,
Death
that-
Corridor, doesn't need that.
yeah.
But that order doesn't look as hard as it is. It has
Yeah, no. For
layout.
TikTok, you need to do like spam challenges. That's how you get
Spam
attention.
challenges are like Layak. Beat Layak. Because everyone who doesn't play GD thinks Layak is like the hardest level. I'm not joking, by the way. They all think Layak is like insane. Or like
right.
retention. Like, oh, the hardest levels in the game. Obviously, they're just dual based.
That's true. That's one thing that
Honestly,
That,
you should show them what's that one really crazy duel level by Gaiden Henry? What's that one called?
Oh,
Codependence?
I forgot what that one's called.
What
No.
did you say?
codependence.
No,
It's not codependence.
it's the one that's got that song.
It's
It
just
starts off with like this dual wave.
Seven song.
It starts off this dual wave like at the drop.
At the drop, yeah, it's got a dual wave, and then the dual wave is just insane. It used to be the hardest level to beat on 6v, I think.
What?
Unless Bloodbath
Oh,
is
I
already
remember
done.
this.
Wait, the hardest level being.
Henry.
Oh, wait, no. Are you thinking of Bang Gang or
No.
No! How on earth do you not know which level we're talking about?
It's a dual base level, not
I'm
a
looking.
2-player level.
I'm looking
Dual
for
based
Oh.
extreme demon.
What? Wait, is it rated?
Yes.
so
I'm looking
confused.
for it.
A dual based. What? The only one I can think of is Aronia.
Are you sure it's
Oh my god,
Gaiden?
Celestial Force. What is
Celestial
wrong with you?
Force.
I didn't,
Celestial Force.
I didn't know he made that. I thought it was Minecap.
It was hosted by Mindcap and Gaiden.
Gaiden did the layout, I think.
Gaiden made the
Oh.
entire first 50% of the level alone, and then Mindcap got a team to build the rest.
Why is Singularity number
Fun.
18 on the low refresh rate list? That level is free. What
I'm
the
just kind
heck?
of curious what a new player's like reaction to celestial forces.
Yeah.
I think there's like a threshold. There's a certain point where it's like, where's the icon on the screen, right? It just doesn't look anyhow.
Well,
Like, you know what I think the
that
best
works.
thing to do would be? I think if you want to get a lot of views from normies who don't play the game, right? It's to don't touch the red. And it's just two flat colors, blue and red. If you touch the red, you die, right? And make it some impossible shit where all the structures are red. That's how you get views. Because that's clear. That difficulty is clear. It's not like there's a ton of deco, right? Because if someone who doesn't play the game sees that, they're just like, "Oh, I don't know what's happening," right?
Well, yeah, but
You
they might like underestimate how hard it is, and I think it's too easy. To where when you have all these flashing, crazy stuff going on, where they can't keep track, that also just sprouts difficulty to them.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
can
that's
never
true.
do this. Like, even
How
though
do you
it's-
react to that?
Yeah.
Alright. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Inspired by this person on like Twitter or something. I don't know where this poll came from. I'm pretty sure it's Twitter. I asked a friend. I actually asked two friends who don't play GD what they thought the hardest levels were out of these levels that I looked at. This is what one person said. The person who never played GD. This is somebody who played GD once, like 4 years ago. Said. There's your two lists.
Abyss of Darkness is pretty far. Death Moon.
Wait, Death Moon?
Death Moon.
Yeah. So the first
Fake
person
Doom is
had
on there.
retention first place, the golden second place. I'm just saying this for the podcast. Acropolis third, Promethean in fourth, Layak in fifth, The Burn, which is a random impossible level that was 30 on ILL, and number 6, Kenos, Kenos next, and then Fake a Doom, and then Abyss of Darkness, then Hatred, then Death Moon. And then the other person who played GD for 4 years ago said Layak on top, the Golden next, Kenos next, the Burn next, Promethean, then Hatred, then Retention, then Abyss of Darkness, then Death Moon, then Acropolis, then Fake a Doom.
You weren't lying when you said Layak.
What did I
Looks really
I
hard.
say?
People think Layak is hard.
Google, can you bring up what I said about this when I ranked the level's hardness?
Why beat the Burn when you can
Oh,
just...
yeah. Strikewind actually got it like on point. Wait, let me try to look for Strikewind.
I also played a long time ago.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
like I think. Okay, Strikewind's was Abyss of Darkness number 1, Promethean number 2, WoW number 3, Retention number 4, Freedom 08 5, True Effect 6, Fake a Doom 7, Layak 8, Hatred 9, Acropolis 10. Like aside from aside from true effect and retention, like true effect should be higher and retention should be a bit lower. It's literally 100% accurate.
You know what, Strikewind, props
I-
to you.
Yeah,
Why
Strike-
is it so
Strikewind-
hard?
And
I
this
don't
is,
play.
yeah, it's so weird how he actually got it that accurately.
I really wish I sent Strikewind my list because I feel like it'd be a bit harder because I intentionally made it like
And for him,
really
Fake of Doom should have been lower.
What I find
Uh,
interesting, like looking at Layak, is I wonder why people find it harder. And I'm wondering if it's just the decoration.
Oh yeah, for sure. The decoration
I think
is
that's
so
a part of it, but
intimidating.
I think it's because it's fast-paced gameplay. Like
And then
beginner
dual-
players will find fast-paced gameplay to be
But I
really
wonder, just
hard.
like the decoration stuff flashing in your screen and all that, kind of just in their mind pushes difficulty because they already are barely understanding what you're doing, anyways.
Yeah.
Which is why I think two flat colors is the best way
Part
to,
of
to
it.
show difficulty.
That's
right?
also why
But it's funny
timing
thing at
levels
two
are.
flat colors, they may just not get it.
Yeah, they might,
That's
Yeah,
why.
but if
That's
you
why,
see
might be like,
Dave
I
moving
can
up
do
and down,
that.
like really quick.
Yeah,
that's
they'll be
why
like, I can
timing.
do that.
That's why timing levels are always at the bottom because they're really sight readable and non-GD players can't tell what a hard timing looks like. So they're like, oh, this is the most straightforward, so it should be the easiest. Because especially like they would associate, oh, really confusing and all over the place gameplay that you can't tell what's going on. That would theoretically be the hardest, but it's not at all.
Well, my personal favorite is Acropolis above, like well above Hatred on the top list. Keep in mind, the person who was below on the second list had already beaten Death Moon before, so he should know a bit more about GD. The person on the top has never played GD.
Hmm.
At all.
By
Never
the way,
even
I was under the impression that these lists were like these were levels given by people. You didn't give them the list and tell them to order it. I don't know why.
I gave them
Yeah.
levels and then told them.
Yeah, I was
to
under
order.
the impression they chose the levels.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
It's really awful.
Promethean, the burn.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Yeah, the
dude.
burn is just a horrid, impossible level.
I've never seen it.
Jeez.
It's really, really not worth your time. I mean, it's really podcast-friendly remark.
So we are running a little bit low on time at this point. We've been going for over an hour. I do want to mention,
wow.
Skyjax, that we were definitely during that one part where we were saying who's a better player and who's a nicer player, and we were just messing with you, trying to stroke your ego.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
the whole
Steve.
thing was a bit. That
Yeah.
We
was,
had an entire section written
Yeah,
down.
the
called
second
where
I
we
said,
just
speaking
stroke
of really good
ego.
players, Skyjax, and then
I was very flattered, to be honest, but yeah, I got it. I played along. Don't worry.
yeah, you don't,
It was-
but you are a
it
really
was
good player.
funny.
But
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
But anyway,
Wait, the
we could
the
end it
segment is
here.
done.
We could end it
Cinci,
here,
the
or
segment is
we
done.
can let Kugelblitz have his fun with the questions that we all reject.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, you want to do Would You Rathers?
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question.
Questions
This
of
is
Google.
What is what's
Kugel,
what's
Kugel,
Johnny's
out of
best
your-
Sit down and save your sanity.
Kugel, if you
What?
get 3 questions to choose to ask Skyjax, pick your 3.
Wait, but
Oh.
first, Skyjax, what's Geometry
Oh,
Dash
it's
made of
over an
to you?
hour. We have to end soon.
Oh yeah, what is Geometry Dash made out of to you?
What does that question mean?
What's it made of? What's it made of?
I said code.
I was gonna say data.
Oh, interesting. It's such a good question.
You
because
remember what I
the
said.
one word answer.
It could mean anything.
Pixels,
The-
I guess.
It's the
Hopes and
friends.
dreams.
It's the
Timing.
friends we made along the
Everything
way.
is timing.
Bam.
All right.
It's the
What's your
friends.
second?
It's the friends we made along the way.
Okay.
There's light refracting off. the
Geometry
back
Dash
of
is made of the friends we made along
What's
the
the
way.
second question you have for Skyjax Kugelblitz?
Wait, I didn't ask that. Strikewind did.
He's
All
got
right,
2 more
fine.
left.
All right, Kugelblitz is 3. What's your 3?
Oh,
No,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
two more.
okay.
Yes, two more.
I'm going
We
on
already
this
asked
web.
that question.
I'm going
We
on
asked
this
that question
website.
earlier.
I'm going on this website, and we need to all vote for the Would You Rather's. Okay.
Okay.
So this first question is, would you rather be as you are now, or have have $100 million, but have a 5% chance of instant death?
100 million.
When?
Yeah, yeah,
Next
I think-
question.
yeah, 100 million. Why would? That's so stupid. Okay, whatever.
I would honestly not take the 100 million. I don't know. I feel like I'm a very unlucky person. I don't know
Wait,
if I take.
when is the 5%
Oh, I'm
chance
going-
right now?
Oh,
No, yeah, right now. Like if accept the 100 million and you don't die on the spot, then it's.
Oh, I'm
like,
not trying to
you
get
live
the
your life
100
on.
million. I'm just going for that 5%.
I mean,
It's like a win-win.
it's a win-win for me. Yeah,
That was a good one.
The thing
Okay.
is, you will never know if you lost.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
That is true.
You
That's
would
deep.
never know.
No one can
Okay.
make fun of you. You would be
Okay. What is this? Would you rather be? Oops. Would you rather be Super Grover or Quail Man?
Who
The
the
hell
hell
is
are
that?
these
What does
people?
that mean?
All right, actually, before we look them up, everyone just choose which one you'd
Oh,
rather be.
I want to be Quail Man. I feel like he controls quails.
Okay,
That
I'm
would be
doing.
Quail Man.
I'm
I'm
doing
being Super Grover. I'm being
Yeah,
Super
I'm
Yes.
Grover.
Super Grover. Super
All
team
right.
has to
Wow.
Super Grover is. Oh, good
Oh, is it-
God.
Is it Sesame Street?
Yeah, it's Sesame.
Fuck.
I do not regret my decision.
I mean, I can control quails, so.
Yeah,
Okay,
Quail
okay.
Man. All right, Quail Man.
Okay, that,
Quail Man.
yeah.
Actually, I think
uh,
Super Grover is the win here, based on these.
Yeah, I actually won.
Ooh,
I think.
are you not
I
gonna
actually think we won with Super
Are
Grover.
you not going to recite your long list of level ideas?
No,
Your crazy
no,
level
we are
No,
ideas?
no, 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 no,
No?
we're not.
Okay.
Okay. I have. Okay, the last Would You Rather is one that I remember it from a long time ago, but so I'm gonna try to recall it. It was like, would you rather always be 10 minutes late to something, or 10 minutes early or something?
I'm already 10 minutes late to everything, if not
No, no,
50
okay.
minutes.
So if you
not,
choose,
it's not an
Okay,
hour this time.
the second one, I don't think the second one was 10 minutes early. It was some other thing. But the reason I'm asking this is because I thought of a loophole for it, which it actually ends up being a good thing. Because if you're always 10 minutes late, you can just always plan to be there 10 minutes early, which means you will always
No, that's not how
be
it works.
on
That's
time.
not
no,
how
that's
it
not
works,
how it
Google.
works, Google. No, no,
You
no.
know, look, anyone can do
That's-
this in real life, but they don't, and that's why people
That's
are
not how it
late.
works. It's your appointment time with the doctor's at 9 o'clock. You show up at
And you say,
9:10.
and then you tell the doctor, "Oh, I'm gonna show
They
up
don't
10
do that
minutes
trash.
early."
They basically
Yeah, but if you say that, you'll be 10 minutes late to the time you said.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which will be 9, because you said you'll be there at 8:50.
No.
No. You said you'd be there at 8:50.
If you ever say that you're 10 minutes, you're going to
Google,
be 10
Google,
minutes
the
late,
question-
you'll be 20 minutes late.
The question is meant to be you'll be 10 minutes late to the appointment time that is like required. That is
So
what
you'd
it's
be
meant to be.
It doesn't never
Regardless of what you
specify.
change it to, you will always be.
You will always be 10 minutes late to the time you subconsciously actually or consciously want to be there.
Okay, yeah. Well, you consciously want to be there early.
Why would you
so-
want to be there early? You said that you wanted to
because you know about the
intentionally
the
tried
gimmick.
to
You know
See,
about
here's the
the
thing.
gimmick.
I would take 10 minutes late just because I can run an hour late all the time. So you know what? 10 minutes is an improvement, and at least it's consistent.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
it's like
You
better
win.
than what it was.
Yeah, you were an hour late to the podcast recording.
That's true.
It's like you only run
true.
10 minutes late. You run only 10 minutes late to everything. It's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an
exactly. It's like, hey, you know what? Doctor appointments allow up to 15 usually, so you always make your appointments. Everyone will
can
hate you.
I have an idea. In the comments, people can. Could we have like people ask a question in the comments that's like really awful, so that for the next podcast's ending,
Oh,
answer it.
If
I
we
mean-
want to steal an idea, I don't know if we should, but I know CSX, when we used to do like GD interviews, would have each person ask a question before they left. You know, you ask the next people it, which I like the idea,
Yeah.
but we're also just blatantly stealing, so I don't want to do that. So I think
We're
not
comments.
doing that
clearly
anymore,
not
is he?
because I didn't even know that existed.
But like, I think comments from
This is
I
just
think from
bad
the comments
question.
is different. I think from the comments is different.
Yeah, I like
well,
that.
bad questions with Kugel Blitz is a segment now.
Bad questions.
Yeah, we can
Because
make it
you
bad
need-
questions with Google Blitz and the
People
comment
can't live
section.
without asking bad
what if? Oh, I thought of an idea. What if we have like a list of questions, and so it's kind of similar but not the same thing. And then each guest comes up with a new question. So then the next guest you ask that list of questions to,
Well, that's what CSX
And then-
did.
and
Yeah.
then wait, so it's
Oh, that's what CSX did.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Won't that become
thought it-
really boring because it's like the
No, no.
same thing? The same
well, yeah, but
list.
it's a different person. So you
Yeah,
but
and
like
the questions they got asked were like, you know,
but wait,
Yeah.
the CSX thing, was it like he asked you know, like he only asked the last one?
no, he asked
or-
all the ones before.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Then we could just do.
We
the
have to
thing.
end the podcast. It's gone almost 10 minutes
No.
over.
Okay,
We have
so it's
to
like
end.
Skyjax asks a question for the next person, but only the next person ever answers that, and then the next person asks a question for the person after. So it's not.
I think we can do a miniature version. Sure. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I
so
don't want to copy anyone.
We're
We'll
not
talk about this
copying,
later.
It's
Why
inspired.
are we brainstorming on the podcast?
Okay, so because Skyjax needs to ask a question. Skyjax, what's your question for the next guest?
We can choose
Are
whether
you
we use it or
happy?
not. Are you
It's-
happy?
Yeah,
we
you happy?
probably won't.
It's a simple one. I'll keep it.
Are you
Okay.
happy?
Are you happy? Yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
As
fair
long as
question.
you're happy.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, we should end it off here. It's been an hour and 10. Makes up for the short
Okay.
episode we had last time. So.
All right.
Awesome.
As usual, please unsubscribe from Synactive and subscribe to me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Don't forget to do the opposite of what
Goodbye.
Kugel said.
Don't subscribe to me. There's nothing there.